Hello everyone, this is Andrew Hefley with H&S Pyramid Consulting. We're going to be reviewing today Google reviews, and I've titled it A Fast Track to More Revenue. So let's face it, we're in business and we want to do what? We want to generate more revenue. We want to grow, am I right? So today we're going to be talking about Google reviews and actually be able to go through and leveraging and capitalizing on the free service provided by Google, because this is a free service provided by Google. It is a service that is called Google My Business, where you get to go and place your business on Google, which you may have already done this, but if you haven't, or even if you have, we're going to review this and kind of really show you how to leverage and capitalize on the free service, and you get to place your business on Google, okay? So if you've ever gone online if you've taken a friend out or a loved one out to go eat somewhere and you said, hey, let's check out their reviews, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because that is what we're talking about in this presentation. It's being able to see what other people are saying about that, and you make a decision off whether or not you want to go in there and eat, right? And with Google My Business and with this free service provided by Google, you also get to put your business on Google Maps if you so choose to do that. I don't know if you have a brick and mortar or if you sell services online strictly through a website, but either way, if you want to put it on Google Maps, you can do that. I actually have a business that is, a window cleaning business. That's what I started a while back before I got into the consulting, and I still have that. Love window cleaning. I mean, I love being outdoors, even in the frigid cold. I really enjoy it. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's entertaining. But that's where I really started learning about Google reviews, Google My Business, Google Maps, the whole 9 yards. So it is a home business, just like this consulting. It's a home business, but I have my address on there so people can actually see, okay, that's where he's located. Now, what is it? So we've already said that Google reviews, Google My Business, is a free service by Google, but it's where you get to hear from them. And hear from them is a place to gain customer feedback. It's where your customers get to go online and give their recommendations. Think of it like a word of mouth. So I don't know where you're located, where you live, but I live in a little town called Jeep. Now I'll go ahead and spell it for you, because it does not sound like the vehicle, or it's not spelt like how it sounds like the vehicle. It's spelled G-E-P-P. Yes, I know. A lot of people want to say GEP, and I don't blame you. I did the same thing in the beginning, and I promise you, if you drive through with your GPS on, it will say GEP, okay? I'm not kidding you. And this town is so small that if you miss the sign, you will not even know you were there. There is nothing out here besides a gas station and a post office. And the funniest thing is, the only way to get a population sign on, the way I say, is by counting the cows, right? So word of mouth in an area like this is extremely important if you want to be successful, and it is extremely crucial to your business. It literally will breathe life or death into the business. Not to be real cruel about it, but let's be honest, if you're not doing a good job, people are going to talk about that. If you go to a barber or a hairstylist, a salon or something, and you have a horrible experience, when people have a bad experience, they're going to go out and tell 10 people about you, right? They're going to tell people about you anytime that the story or situation comes up where they can. And, the sad truth is if they have a good experience, they may not be really likely. I don't know what it is with human psychology. We don't really going out a whole lot and telling everybody about it, right? I don't know what it is, but if you do, hey, I cheer you on, because that is awesome. Especially as business owners, we need to do that more often. We have a good experience. We need to be telling people about them. But that's what word of mouth is. I mean, it's just telling people about, the services that you had received from that business, your experience. It's just recommending that business. And so Google reviews is a way that people can go online and get that word of mouth without having to know someone, right, or know someone who knows someone who knows someone that's gone there and already experienced it, or already used the service, or already ate there, okay? So that's where the Google reviews come into play. And simply put, Google reviews is a way for you to reach more people, okay? It's really a way to get out there, reach more people that you may not have been able to reach otherwise. Hear from them. Feedback is strong for your own business and for the world. You want to know what your clients are saying. You want to know what people think of your business. That way you can have a dialogue with them. I don't know if you're like me, but if someone, with the window cleaning, for instance, if they notice something that they missed and they write a review about it, I'm not going to be upset about that. The first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm so sorry, if you experienced that, what can we do to remedy this? We're going to fix this right now, and then we're going to get, obviously try to change that review. But first, I'm going to make sure I fix whatever's going on. And then it's also for the world. Again, it goes right back to that word of mouth recommendations. And that a little tip here is something about these reviews is make sure you guide the reviews. Pick between the clients you use to get a reviews. Happy clients, happy reviews. Easy, right? Seems like it. Some people, they have kind of a hard time with this, but it's really easy. If you have a happy client and they're happy with the service, that's the one you want to get the review from. Now, someone who they are happy, but maybe you're not feeling the vibe, not really feeling like they'd be willing to do it, then, you might not ask them. You don't really want to, bug people or anything like that, inconvenience them, even though it is really quick to get one. But we'll get into that in a little bit. And recommendation, your own. With a little help from your smartphone, or you can simply get the recommendations you want by simply using a smartphone. So you can use your own smartphone, right, and have them go on there, type their information in, or if they have one, which most people do, most of our clients will have a phone or a smartphone, you can use theirs. And remember, people don't realize how easy this is or how much weight this has, but as we're going to uncover in this presentation, it really does have a lot of weight to it and a lot of potential for your business. Google makes this simple. Reach more people from your local area or further. Again, going back to that, where, whether or not you have a brick and mortar business, a home-based business, or you strictly, might sell t-shirts and clothing material and things like that, shoes and whatnot online, this is a huge opportunity to take advantage of, completely free again, where you can go out there and reach more people by simply having a Google presence set up. Even if you have a website, you still want to have Google reviews set up and maybe a map location as well. So if you have a brick and mortar or home business, I would just say, hey, you got to have a map. You got to be located on Google Maps. And the second point here is everyone has internet. Now, obviously, I know that there are, a handful of people in the world that, they're just they're not at that step yet to be able to take to get into having internet, or maybe they just chosen not to have it. But for the most part, people have cell phones, they have tablets, they have Kindle readers. You name it, they have some way to get on the internet. There's a lot of times I'll go to a local library and just go there and get on the internet just so I can be in a different atmosphere, And I know people that don't have internet access, but they go there on their free time strictly to get on the internet. So it's available to a lot of people, even that they may not have a direct way of doing it. They can go there and go that way. But again, most part, people have a cell phone that their provider, providers are always, it seems like they have some sort of package with internet access. And let's go back to what you're lacking. It's revenue, right? So use the power of the internet. You're wanting, as a business owner, and I'm not here to tell you how to run your business by any means. And I never do that with any of my clients. It's simply by looking at, hey, you want to grow, right? Or you want to get more clients in. Well, this is a free tool to use, and it's simply using the power of the internet to get more revenue. And again, who's it through? Through your own clients. They have access, so use them. And this isn't in any kind of a bad form, right? This is not anything that's morally not correct. This is simply asking for them for a favor. Hey, would you recommend, doing this for me? And they're happy. As long as you're doing, a good job, and that's our number one goal as business owners, is we want to make sure we provide an excellent product or excellent service each and every time. One of my things that I say is, making raving fans out of each and every one of my clients, because that's my goal at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I want to provide excellent service, but in turn, that's also gonna make raving fans out of all my clients. The next thing here is I've titled this in this presentation, this section, the big cell phone client. Now, I just want to give a little disclaimer. This is for illustration purposes only. Hopefully I get a big cell phone client, right? Hopefully we get a huge account like that, right? It makes everybody happy. It's a win-win-win all the way around. Win for me, win for them. It's a win for their clients, the whole shebang. But this is actually where I had gained some intelligence, so to speak, or some information during an interview I had when I was going in to go work for a local cell phone business that was obviously it's corporate owned. They have like 30 stores and maybe more now. I'm not sure, but at that time I was going in to work part time, help generate a little bit supplemental income as I was growing other ventures of mine. And anyways, I was in there. Now, I will say I did not land the job. It wasn't that we didn't have a phenomenal experience on both sides of the table. It was just that because I had the window cleaning business, I really wasn't able to give them the time that they needed. My availability wasn't there. And so that was the only deterrent for me getting that. But wonderful experience. And I gained some information from them. So obviously, legality purposes, I'm not going to go in and explain or give you the name of this business. Nobody wants to get in trouble, right? But in that conversation, we went in so depth with that interviewer and myself that we started talking about numbers, talking about different ideas. I mean, I ended up giving ideas to them, they gave ideas to me, but we talked about numbers and revenue and how many people walk in and what their average sale was for like their add-on sales for their main packages and their upsells and all the details into that. And we even looked at the numbers on that. And so what I did was, I was really reviewing that, there with, the interviewer, but also when I went home and later incorporated into this video, simply by using the power of the tool, I was able to say that they were able to value this new, quote unquote, new technique to generate up to $500,000. Say what? And what I did was I just tallied up 1% of their sales. I said, look, okay, you're making this much off of this, this, and this. And basically the services I used was they have, cell phone packages that you have every month, right? Your phone bill, right? So they have X amount of that every month. They had X amount of, people that do add-on sales with, your earbuds, your speaker phones, screen protectors, your phone protectors, all of those fun little gadgets and gizmos that we all love, right? That even I have. And even they had a TV provider that they use. There's two big ones out there, right? Well, they had one of them, and then that would what I call the upsell, because it's a big upsell, and what they averaged every month. And so I did all the numbers on that, came out to an amount, and then I took 1% of that. I said, hey, well, let's look at this. Let's say 1%. Now, for your own business, you could say, well, what's 0.5% or 1/4%, okay? And the numbers, I tell you, if I look at those numbers, I don't care if it's $1,000, $7,000, $50,000, or whatever it comes to. It could be $500. I'd be all over it. I mean, if that's a little bit more money in my pocket, a little bit more money towards taxes or growing or marketing, I mean, I'm all about that. So with their numbers, their 1% came to $564,480. So over $500,000, right? That was their 1%. Now, what am I getting at here? This is about Google reviews. Andrew, what are you talking about 1% for? Well, this is still about Google reviews. This is where I told you about. Remember when you take your loved one or a friend out and you all are going out to eat, and before you walk into this place you've never been in before, you might go on your phone and type it into Google, and you're going to determine whether or not to walk in based off of, well, first, are they even on Google? Okay, can you even get a review? And then two, what are the reviews? What's their star rating? What are people saying about them? Do they have a star rating? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? Is it 3 out of 5? I think that's kind of bad in my opinion. 4 is good. Anything over a 4 is good. A 5 is phenomenal. And then what's the percentage of that? How many people are leaving reviews? You have 1, you have 3, you have 10, you have 50. And, what are people saying? If people are saying, hey, excuse me, people are saying, hey, this business has 10 reviews, and only 3 of them are saying some mild stuff on here that's not all that great, but it's also kind of indifferent, and the rest of them are saying that it's great, quick service, friendly service. The manager walks around and checks on us. The manager wants to even know how you're doing, or the owner's there. They want to check in on you, and people are always prompt with getting your drinks and getting your service. Everything's warm. It's always nice, and again, nice cozy atmosphere. You're going to determine whether or not to walk in there. So this 1%, again, you can do this with 0.5% or 1/4%, but this 1% is simply saying, based off of their reviews, which I will indulge a little bit and say that, they were not very strong with their reviews. So again, during that interview, that's my recommendation. I said, hey, I get in here, I'm going to help you with team building, but I'm also going to be focusing on these reviews because I know the power of the reviews. So anyways, at this 1%, $500,000, over $500,000, if they had bad reviews, let's say that 1% of people, they had obviously huge number of people walking in every month, and this $500,000 is not off the one store. I mean, there are 30 stores, so this is a big business here. But if this 1%, let's say that was, 1% was deciding on whether or not to walk in based off their Google reviews, okay? Well, if they don't have good Google reviews, then the way I would look at this $500,000 is that's $500,000 you're losing every single year simply because people are looking at those reviews. Now, I love this store. I walk in there, I use them for years, and hopefully that doesn't narrow down anything. You start looking into where I go from my service provider, but it still won't say nothing. But you get the gist here, okay? So whether you're a dentist, you're selling stuff online, you do cleaning services, like me, you have window cleaning or whatever it is, look at last year's revenue. And you can take the gross net profit, however you want to do it, and just figure it out. Just take 1%, right? Take 50, take 50, half a percent, a quarter percent, and figure out that number and say, hey, what am I losing or gaining here? And look at your reviews. What do you have? So that's where I say then you discovered Google reviews, right? So have your visiting customers speak their reviews directly into their phone. This gets even easier. This is the super easy part of it. If you have your Google review set up and you have a client that's willing to give you a review, this is so easy that you can hit the microphone icon, and just have them simply tell into the microphone, express their personalized experience right into it. And it's super easy. It doesn't get any easier than that. It's a simple gesture. It's a simple step to build your team. They use Google reviews to build up their business. You can do this too. So, if that client, for instance, if they were to use it, I mean, you can use it. And, my window cleaning business, I used it. You can use it. This is so easy. And remember, your team, this is the tip here, your team is your clients. A happy client won't mind doing a quick favor. Just ask them. That's all you have to do and walk them through it. That's all there is to this, y'all. It's so easy. If you have a happy client, and you say, hey, Miss Jones, and I'm just making up a name here. Hey, Miss Jones, did you enjoy your experience? Oh, yeah, I loved it. You guys did great. Awesome job here cleaning these windows, right? Or, yeah, if you're in dentistry, for instance, oh, yeah, this is the most painless procedure I've ever had, or painless needle experience I've ever had, right? I don't know if you're like me, but, I have tattoos, but I don't like having a needle put in my gum. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't enjoy that experience, okay? That might be something funny I would say in a Google review. But you simply say, hey, would you mind doing us a quick favor? It's really quick, and that's something I emphasize on with all my clients that I approach. Hey, it's real quick. It's super easy. I can walk you right through it. You're even saying you're going to help them, and they say, oh yeah, okay, what is it? Well, you mind giving me a review? You know how word of mouth is. And this is a way to kind of expand. Would you mind doing that for me? And most likely they're gonna be obliged to say, yeah, oh yeah, definitely. What do I need to do? And say, hey, well, do you have your phone, right? Do you have your smartphone? Or I have my smartphone. You just go on here and you type in your business, you pull it up. Okay. Of course, you have to be on there first, right? Which, if you ever need help, H&S Pyramid Consulting at gmail.com. We can help you out with this. No problem. But the main thing is, if you're on there, they do the review. Like you hit the 5th star for them. Hey, mind if I touch your phone? Yeah, sure. Hit the 5th one, and they just I make a funny joke. Hey, you can write anything you want here because there's a little section they can write their opinion. Right? You can say you can write anything you want. It can be as long as you want, as short as you want, as long as it's something nice, please. And that's always a little funny joke that we always laugh at. And again, this is where you get a maybe to a yes. From a maybe to a yes. Get more Google reviews and up your yes value, right? If you have more Google reviews, okay, let's say you have 10 5-star Google reviews, and you have one that's a 3-star. Your percentage, because that's something else with Google reviews, it does a percentage, right? It's probably still going to be a 4 out of 5. So you're still going to be a high rating. You're still going to have all these good Google reviews, and I would still walk in and eat, right? That's just me. That's what I would do. So, but that's the thing. So one fix can generate how much for you this year? This is going right back to that 1% or 0.5% or 0.25%. I mean, what does that look like? What's the potential like for your business? This is all about changing people's perspectives, one review at a time. And here's another little tip. This is getting a little off subject here, but stories from your clients are great too. And what I mean by this is maybe try and get a quick video review. You can use this on your Facebook page. Basically what this is where you have, let's say, Mrs. Jones, right? And you go in there and you find somebody. Not everyone's going to want to do this because this is taking a little more time out of people's hands, but their schedules. But if you find somebody that's like, especially if it's a business, if it's another business, this is so powerful because they already have a presence in the area, right? You just have them do a quick little recommendation online where you're recording them. It's a simple, friendly, hello, I'm Miss Jones. Went over to, let's say, Hefley Dentistry and had a great experience. Went in there, got checked out. They were able to walk me through everything, explain everything. It was one of the most painless things I've ever went through with dentistry, right? Because I don't like needles. And I highly recommend them to everyone. And me personally, I would make a video of myself that I would attach to that video and just thank Miss Jones. Hey, we just want this is Andrew with Hefley Dentistry. We want to thank Miss Jones for her review. It was a pleasure to be of service to her. If you or anyone is in need of any kind of dental assisting, I'm not sure how to word this, but you understand what I'm saying. You just say, hey, come on down and give us a call, and thank you so much for watching. This isn't a sales pitch video. This is strictly just a recommendation and a story of a review from your client. But that's something else that for another video we'll get into. And, if you ever thought about doing that, again, if you need help, H&S Pyramid Consulting, gmail.com. We respond completely for free with that. You let us know if you have any questions or issues, anything you're working on, and we can go from there. This is where I go into using the spotlight approach, the direct spotlight and indirect spotlight. We've already reviewed direct spotlight. That's reviews from clients. Now I want to get into the power of Google reviews through the indirect spotlight. I call this the indirect spotlight. This is where you give your own reviews, right? So this is where, going back in, where you can actually, excuse me, where you go in and say you use somebody, you go eat somewhere and you've had a good experience, okay? And you give a review. Well, if you're a small business owner, there's nothing that's morally incorrect about this if you decide to represent on that review your business, right? And this is a whole other playing field that I don't think a lot of people are incorporating. I use this, and I just stumbled upon this. I'll be completely honest with you. I stumbled upon this in my window cleaning business. I was thinking, hey, what if I go give a whole bunch of people reviews on Google Review? And the idea was hopefully that business, right, because it was businesses I was doing this with, what if they see it and they're like, man, we need a window cleaner. Oh, we need to give these people a call and get us a quote. They say it's free quotes, the whole 9 yards. So that was my idea about it. What I ended up stumbling upon, though, more was that I ended up getting, no kidding, I got over 1,000 officially recognized review reads for my own given reviews in a single month. Can you believe that? So these are 1,000 officially recognized review reads by people looking, for instance, for dentists in that local area. This just blew my mind. Google sent this to me. This is something else you'll get. Google will, with this free service, Google will send you updates. They'll send you information like this, and this was just was so eye-opening. Now, I will tell you, I did I did just kind of go out and just give random people, random businesses reviews. I don't necessarily recommend doing that. It's not that I would go back and delete them, but I would just suggest using places you've been. If there's a place that you love to go eat, and you have a business, give them a review. Use your business profile, okay? And just do that for everywhere you go and you enjoy your experience, and give those reviews. Now, if you have a bad review to give, I wouldn't put your business on there. That's my suggestion. I would not recommend doing that. But anyways, giving a good review, use your business. Because, for instance, I gave out like 20 or 30 of these things. I know, but hey, it was a learning experience. And but I got over 1,000 officially recognized review reads. How many of those people clicked on my profile, right? Checked me out, checked my business out in window cleaning, and it potentially ended up getting to like my Facebook page or something, and then gave me a call. I mean, I have plenty of clients that say they went on Facebook and found me, but one thing is I didn't ever really stop and ask them, hey, did you find me on a Google review? But 1,000 people in 1 month, that is an audience that who knows how I would have ever reached them, right? Who knows how I would have ever reached them? A little tip here is write a script for each niche of your personal reviews. Now, again, this isn't just randomly going out. I mean, you could do this, but I just, I'd recommend maybe not doing this. Sticking with people that you've actually used. But if you have several restaurants that you love eating at, then just write a script up. And then just change the name, from, Sally Joe's. I'm just making something up. Sally Joe's burger joint to, to Mr. Smith's fine Italian restaurant. You want to put in there the name, so it's going to be more personalized. But the rest of it can be the same thing. Hey, quick service, friendly service, great food, all that stuff. And then at that point, it's just simply a copy and paste procedure from there, right? Okay, so this is a recap. So Google, the power in reviews, the direct and indirect spotlights. Everyone has internet. I mean, so many people out there has emails and internet. There's so many ways you can captivate on this. And changing your percent. Look at that 1% from last year. Look at that 0.5% or 1/4%. If you're just starting out your business, look at your quarter, this last quarter, before you've even really focused on your Google reviews. You could have Google set up and have Google My Business set up, but are you really focusing in on this free service and really capturing it and capitalizing on it, right? And look at those percentages. And then this goes right into this too, is do you need help? If you need help, again, I'm Andrew Hefley. This is H&S Pyramid Consulting. This is what I specialize in. It's satisfaction guaranteed. You can send us an email, hnspyramidconsulting@gmail.com. It's completely free to send us an email. I'm not going to charge you nothing, send you a bill or anything like that, just for answering your email. I mean, we can get in a little bit in depth on that. And then once we actually decide, hey, would you like to get in consulting? Then 45 minutes is only $150. That's it. 45 minutes, only $150. One of the things that I do is that, I look at local consulting businesses or something that's not a whole lot local that does this. There's not really any, honestly. But like other marketing agencies that are local, there are those here in this town, the Mountain Home, Arkansas area and surrounding areas, cities around here. And then online, I see what their prices are, and I promise you, this $150 for 45 minutes is way below their price. Now, I'm not trying to sell you that. I'm just letting you know. The satisfaction is guaranteed. I'm all about customer experience. I'm all about getting those reviews. I want you to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied, you're not going to pay me anything. We want to make sure that the information I give you is going to be, you're going to be satisfied. You're going to be happy with it. I do offer a retainer available. If you want 24/7 support, what I call open door policy to a consultant, I have that available. So you can pay on that a monthly and then give me a call anytime anything happens. Website creation or website, amping up. If you have a website, but you feel like it's not really generating the leads or doing much for your business, hey, that's what I specialize in as well. If you need it created, I have a great team that can create you a wonderful masterpiece of a website that will literally turn into something that will be a useful tool in growing your business. SEO, that's search engine optimization, using tens of hundreds of different places to put content for your business to generate more traffic to your website, right? To get you more leads, get you more contacts, to growing again your revenue. And social media platforms, that is a huge key. If you're not in on social media or you're really not incorporating and leveraging the power of social media, these, for the most part, all these things are free. And it's just a matter of doing it the right way. And if maybe you're doing it, but you're not really know how to swim through all that chaos of a mess sometimes social media can be, we specialize on this and we can help you out. Last little tip here, just take 10 minutes to look at others' reviews. What feelings do you get? And then apply it to your own business. So if you have a business that, let's say you are in, you're hairstylist, and obviously there's usually a lot more hairstylists in a given town. You probably have at least one competitor, right? Unless you're in a town like Jeep, and then there's nobody here. Otherwise, this might be a great place for you. There's actually one in town. They do a phenomenal job here. Really great bunch of gals here. But anyways, look on their online, do they have a Google presence, right? Is it strong? Are they even using it? And if they are using it, what do their reviews look like? And then just look around at other businesses that are not even in your niche and just see how they're using that, see what people are saying, and then just get some ideas from that, right? What kind of feelings are you getting? And then just turn that around and apply it to your business and grow your business. Y'all, this is simple, easy stuff, and I know sometimes it can be challenging. That's why I always say just contact us if you need help. And that's the fourth thing here is consulting from a pro. I mean, you build confidence around your product, idea, or business by having a professional consultation or a professional consultant there that you can call and talk to. Milestones, what has been accomplished and what might be left to tackle. These are some things that we're going to review with a consultation from H&S Pyramid Consulting, directly from Andrew Hefley, from me. We're going to look at what you have accomplished and what you're wanting to accomplish and what are some things that need to be tackled right now that can really start getting you more leads, getting you more revenue right into your business. Testimonials, who supports your idea or who doesn't. I want to look at if you have a Google review, as far as Google reviews are concerned, as far as this is concerned, that's one of the first things I'm going to look at. Anyone who contacts me, I'm taking that information, I'm going online, I'm seeing what I can find out about them. If they have people, they have clients, they have a team that's behind them, that's supporting their ideas, supporting their brand, supporting their business, that's fantastic, and we're going to continue to do that. And if they have some that are not, we're going to look at that and how to problem solve to get them, on and being a part of your team, because you're going to have people that are upset, right? We can't make everybody happy, but we do want to at least make sure we make the effort to change that, and so we're going to tackle that as well. And then what's next? It's simply what's next is just contact me through an email. You can call me directly at 870-227-0236. Call me up. Leave a voicemail if I don't answer right away, and I'll be in contact with you. Or simply send me a detailed message through H&S Pyramid Consulting at gmail.com. I'll review that, and usually within 2 business days, you'll get a response from me, right? Unless I'm on vacation or something and taking the wife out, then I can't do no business then. But it's simple as that. I help people out. This is what I specialize in. This is what I love to do. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping people, and I'm passionate about seeing other small businesses become successful. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation about Google reviews, a fast track to more revenue. If you have enjoyed it, please, if you're on YouTube watching this video, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. I always go out there and put new information out there, so if you want to see new videos of free information, different ways and tricks and techniques to obviously build more revenue and incorporate into your business, hit that little bell icon down there, because whenever I upload new information, you'll see that first. So I recommend doing that. If you know anybody that could capture from this information that could really, this could help them out in their business, share this video by all means. I love that. Share the love, share the information. Let's help each other out. Thank you again so much for watching this and being a part of this with me. Again, I hope this has helped you. If you have any helpful criticism, I ask that it's nice, please, at least the words. By all means, send that in the email, put it in the comment section below. If you feel like I need to add anything, I can always put, a volume 2 on this. I don't mind that. It's always about learning and reapplying. So thank you again. This is Andrew Hefley at H&S Pyramid Consulting, LLC. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.